This is the NFL on EA Sports as we join you from the so-called Space City, Houston, Texas. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Houston Texans. A happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Stroud looks to throw on the first play. That one complete. It's tanked down. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? Keep everyone in and run the ball, and maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
We'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Give him 32 on the play.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big players up front.
Now he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
18 Cardinal. Cougar 19.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Stroud on third down now. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now fourth down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans. That was a long, sustained opening drive, but in the end, only able to get 3, the field goal out of it.
And absolutely, you'll take the points and the early leads. You never give those back. But there will be a little bit of disappointment that they didn't punch it in for 6 after that kind of yardage and that kind of drive that they had.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. They overload him that time on a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And his drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a fourth down situation. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Texans will take over. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And Stroud now to throw. That is caught by Dell. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
70 Lions. 18 Rattlers. 18 Rattlers.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they top 30.
I think this defense is still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Here's Pierce. Going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready.
Here's Stroud. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Maurice Hurst. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright. And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first. Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion. Third and goal, Stroud. And that will be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target. Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for. Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board. Here's Pierre Strong to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. To the right side, and he's got more complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make? They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 6-0 our score after 1. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Chubb will get the call, running left. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Watson on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On first down, Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And just like that, it's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Malik Collins busting through to get him for a loss of 6. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game, he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep him out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. This the most important of them all. Third and goal. Watson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Hopkins' kick is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Ready?
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Stroud looking to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea. Introduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Play action. Stroud now. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. 40. It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and the Browns will take over first and 10.
First and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
On first down, it's Watson. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here's Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Elijah Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. He took the hit when he threw that ball. Maybe the O-line just thankful that that worked out for a touchdown.
Yeah, because, you know, their pride is don't let that guy get hit, no matter what, under any circumstances. But anytime it pays off in a touchdown, they'll figure out how to block a little bit better going forward.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. Singletary trying the left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
That's complete to Dell. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Now Stroud. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here's second and 10. Here goes Stroud again. Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Stroud to throw it.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Throwing now is Stroud. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
After the interception, here's Watson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
From the end zone, Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Now Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will stay a 4-point game. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. From the end zone, it's Strong. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Watson now to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got a man. Complete.
He's to the 15.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Elijah Moore.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6.
Score from 17, Texans 6.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now they'll go play action here with Stroud.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Sione Takitaki.
The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Stroud. He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. That's caught again by Schultz.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
Stroud looking to change the play.
They go play action here on 1st down.
They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Picked off by Ron Thornhill. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Browns drive about to get started.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. And they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
Stiff-armed him. A solid stiff arm. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Tackle made by the longtime member of these Browns, Joe Schobert.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. A shotgun snap for Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
And was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Stroud now on 2nd down. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
Flush to his right.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
Set.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. Shoves him away. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
107 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And Chubb going to push forward and pick up a Browns 1st down as he'll get this down to the 23.
They toss it left side to Chubb. To the end zone, touchdown, Cleveland.
Nick Chubb with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Texans 6.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Stroud now on 1st and 10.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter.
Here we go.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
Ready, ready.
And Stroud now to throw. He'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Stroud off the play fake.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Sione Takitaki able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
Right side complete to Mechie.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34.
Stroud looking to throw.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
But just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other. Every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
Let's go now.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. On the bootleg, Stroud under a heavy rush, and down he goes. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
60 Bobcats.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. There he goes, right side.
Nick Chubb.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns have sewn this one up as
and it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And by rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A give up the middle to Singletary. Oh, what a move. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now 2nd and 3. Singletary again. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. On the give, this is Singletary. Sheds off the tackle. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is down to 24.
37. Texans 13. Fairbairn at the kickoff for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd down.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Here comes Cohen. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Let go.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On the counter, this is Singletary.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Cleveland, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, the slide continues as they drop now to 3-12. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.